Hey everyone, this is Manly Badass Hero, and welcome back to Insanity Remake. Previously, we beat the game, and we essentially got all endings, where there's one ending missing. There is a second playthrough that unlocks when you beat the game that adds some new scenes. So this video is going to be a compilation, not of anything in the playthrough itself, but more of just these scenes you unlock in order, and then the new kind of good ending. I suppose you could call almost a true ending of sorts.
So the opening... Honestly, it's urgent. I saw some young people taking photos of this mansion. What about this is urgent? Surely mere photos are fine. They're after my research. They got wind of my revival potion. Now they're out to steal it. That's inconceivable. First of all, where would they have heard? We haven't had contact with the outside world in ages. I don't know, but it's true. They're aiming to steal my research and claim it as their own. Please settle down. The front door is shut fast, so they won't be coming inside. No, we don't know that for sure. They might break in through the windows. Made them come into my house. Kill them on the spot. Yes, killing them is best. I'll use them to test my revival potion. Once revived, I'll have done no crime. They'll be precious life subjects. Then I can meet Emiko, Miwako, and Takashi soon to hand. Master. Leave the front door open, so they can come in as they please. So it's come to this. What have you called me for, Yanase? Did not say I was busy with research. I have had enough, sir. Please, please, I beg of you. Come with me to the police and turn yourself in. What foolishness. How could I do such a thing when my research is nearing completion? I'm so close. Truly so close, I can taste it. Please give me some more time. I will not. I've had it with you. If you mean to harm innocent youths, I refuse to go along with this anymore. I've endured it for all your fleeting dream, but I can do so no longer. This is my limit. I do not wish to run from my crimes. I will atone for standing by and watching those I love die, with whatever years I have left. Even if you try to stop me, Master, whatever you do to me, I will be taking you to the police. What are you going to do, stab me? No matter what you say. Yes. You won't be dissuaded. I will not. I've made up my mind. I see. Thank you for everything, Yanase. Dad. Hey, Dad. Nodding off here again. Don't blame me if you catch a cold. Ah, Emiko. What did you want? I'm going shopping with a friend. So do you need anything? I'll buy while I'm out. No, not especially. Where are you headed? Oh, you know, places. We're seeing a movie, then going shopping. I see. Have fun. Don't stay out too late, alright? I know. See you, Dad. Master, what has you sighing so? It's Emiko. With movies, she always used to say, I've got to see with Dad. But she hasn't been taking me out lately. That is unfortunate, yes. But Master, I feel the young lady is quite fond of her father for one her age. He's right, Master. My grandson's in middle school now, and he's always going out with friends for karaoke and games. He doesn't care about an old hag like me. Used to be so attached before. Teenagers are all that way, it seems. Maybe that's just how it is. Surely you're not jealous of Emiko's friend. What are you going to do if she shows up with a boyfriend someday? She has a boyfriend? I didn't hear anything about this. I said someday, dear. I haven't heard anything either. It appears the Master's awfully overprotective. Listen, honey, Emiko will be independent from us someday. You have to learn to let go. I suppose so. She's already in high school. In just a few years she'll be an adult. And then she'd bring up moving out. Well, once Emiko's left the nest, I should sell off this dilapidated place, and buy something more neat and tidy. Prepare for my twilight years. To put us out of a job, eh? I'll be lonely. What are you saying? Of course you'll come along. You're the same as family to us. That's the life of the hero, Master. I look forward to the new house. Oh? Is it Lady Emiko? Yes, this is the Mirai residence. Huh? The police? No. That can't be. Mistress. Master. Lady Emiko's. No. I don't want to remember any further. Was I dozing off? Memories of happy times are all just nightmares to me now. I must find a breakthrough. I must complete my research for the sake of those precious to me. There they are. That scream. Was that Ryoji? Oh, we're seeing everything from his perspective. Many friends, teachers, and the like attended the funeral. Surely it is proof of Lady Emiko's virtue. How is Miwako doing? She is still distraught. Takahashi is constantly attending to her. A father who didn't even come to his daughter's funeral. What must the attendees think of me? But I wouldn't have been able to bear it. Wouldn't that be the final word? I don't want to believe Emiko is gone. I don't want to acknowledge it. Why did Emiko, who started the future, have to die? What is an old fogey like me living instead? Master, please cease such thoughts. There's nothing that can be done. Lady Emiko always looked happy beside you and the mistress. We were overjoyed to have come to her aid. The loss of Lady Emiko is tragic to the point of making the way forward unclear. I understand that painfully well. And yet we are alive. So much as it may hurt, we must move forward. Sorry, Yanase. Let me be alone for a while. Pardon me. So he hit him and then just walked away, which apparently they had to show us in the second playthrough. It's how minor of a scene it is. Oh, that's how she got grabbed. And then he'll come and pick him up here. It had already been 6 months since Emiko died. It still doesn't feel real. Like I'm having a long nightmare. I always forbade Emiko from entering this basement. I never once let her in. When she tried once as a little girl, I scolded her severely. Why did I get so angry at her over it? I have so many regrets. Research on reviving a human body. These documents must be from my grandfather's time. How idiotic. The dead won't come back. That's exactly why I'm so sorrowful. But I must say, there are a lot of these old papers. I didn't know there were so many materials here. I used to tinker some things here, but I didn't stop once Emiko was born. It didn't suit me as a director either. I can't be moping forever. Perhaps I'll do some research here. It may help improve my mood. Huh. Revival potion. Fine. Let's start by seeing what this nonsense is all about. Something as worthless as this seems more likely to help me forget my sorrow. Merely to ease my heart. Even in my youth, I had surely found it to be worthless and laughable research. The living and the dead, fantasies and reality. Through human intellect, they hope to cross uncrossable boundaries. The basement's plentiful research material was filled with enthusiasm of past chemists. That zeal bordering on madness, unable to recover from my loss, invited me to the other side. Those kids. To think they'd invade not only my house, but my research facility. I destroyed the reference room panel, but it's too late. They already went inside. Luckily, my findings seem unharmed. But what if they took photos? I can't let this stand. I will capture all of them. Yanase, Takashi, there's no need to worry. I won't let them lay a finger on you. I will protect you, my family, the ones precious to me, until the day of your revival. Yeah. That's why the handkerchief was there. What's this? Blood? Master, look at this. There's so much blood. Ah, yes. It's from an animal corpse I took in for my experiments. Corpse? I told you I'm immersed in research, yes? I need to do various experiments, so I picked up a dead dog that got run over. Sorry, but please do clean it up, and tell Miss Yamada that I'm working in the basement, so I don't want dinner. Also, don't forget to clean Emiko's room. Prioritize it over my own, in fact. You never know when we'll need it. Master, may I ask you something? What is it? Just what kind of research are you doing? You haven't told me any details, but I find myself unbearably curious. And you said before that you would meet Lady Emiko soon. What did you mean by that, exactly? Also, Takahashi greatly dislikes them to clean up bloodstains. Blood appears to make her feel faint. Nothing I can do there. It's for all research. Once Takahashi sees the fruits of my work, she'll gladly be cleaning up. Which would be a revival potion. A miraculous medicine that can bring back the dead. It's what my grandpa and dad researched. Say again? I mocked it at first, but found it to be a surprisingly realistic prospect. I recently took on the work that had been abandoned just before completion. Master, are you seriously claiming that reviving the dead is possible? Yanase, I know what you mean to say, but if you only understood these findings, I'm sure you believe it was possible too. It's true only a step away. Grandpa and Dad couldn't complete it, but I will see it through. Master, the dead cannot be brought back. That is why we mourn death and hold funerals, is it not? Such things will soon be needless. Talking about his research of reviving the dead, were you? Mistress, you are aware. I'm sorry, Yanase. I understand you're worried and how Takahashi is scared. But let him do as he wants for now. Doing research like old times distracts him. It's how we can lift his spirits. Sorry about my strange husband. Just leave him be right now. Looking back, it was such a normal response. But at the time I was thinking, how short-sighted they are not even to try to understand this wonderful work. I'll finish it someday and show them all. No one, not even family, understood. I became isolated in the house. As I spoke less with my wife and servants, I spent more and more time in the basement. And the madness growing inside me manifested in the most terrible way. So I want to see what happens if this character dies. Oh, this is when you go back in the room. Emiko's bones are gone. It took only a few to try a prototype on. Why? It can't be. Have I finally found success? No, I mustn't jump to conclusions. There are intruders in this mansion. Perhaps they... If that's the case, I'll never forgive them for this. Cleaning the bathroom is all well and good. Takahashi, but are you keeping Endigrove's room nice and clean? Master, I'm thinking I might quit tomorrow. Please forgive the sudden nature of this. Why? You've worked here for years now. Why do something so sudden? I'm unable to bear it anymore. The grief of losing Lady Emiko and the difficulty of supporting the mistress. Or am I touched in the head, Master? What did you say? I did my best to put up with you staying locked in the ground all day and using innocent animals in experiments. But there's one thing I can't forgive you for. I can't forgive your treatment of Lady Emiko's remains. So you went into my laboratory. You out of your mind, disturbing Lady Emiko's peaceful rest for your lousy research. The dead can't be brought back to life. Isn't that just common sense? Obsessing over useless experiments, completely ignoring the mistress. It's too horrible. You know nothing. If you understood my work, you would know how wonderful things I'm doing are. Master, you really have gone insane, haven't you? Takahashi, believe me, I'm not insane. I just want to meet Emiko again. You're not going to convince me. I'll be leaving here tomorrow. No, within the day. And as far as taking her remains, even if she is a family, it's a crime. I'll be reporting you to the police. Please forgive me. I see. Why do you people always announce what you're doing when he's standing in front of you and not afterwards with a phone call? That's too bad. Master! Takahashi! Master! Did you do this to Takahashi? Takahashi tried to interfere with my work, and she called me a lunatic to boot. We must contact the hospital at once. Takahashi's going to die. There's no point. She's already dead. No. You need not worry, Yanase. Takahashi will be well again soon. Huh? Let's carry her to the basement. Ah, that would shock me, Oko. So don't say a word to her, Noyamana. What are you saying? I don't have the foggiest idea. I'll take responsibility and revive Takahashi. The potion will be complete very soon, and I promise I'll apply it then. Master, you killed Takahashi. We must go to the police. Yanase, you've looked after me since I was young. You'd understand, surely. When I'm saying I'm doing something, I will do it. In research, and so too as a director. That's why my company advanced so. Please trust me, if only one last time. If my research fails, I'll absolutely go to the police. I'll accept being branded as a murderer. If only I can complete it, then Emiko and Takahashi can come back. So please let it pass for now. Let me continue my work. Why are you telling me I'm fired all of a sudden? I may be an old hag, but I can still work. I'm sorry. but it's an urgent situation. I can't tell you anything at the moment, but you'll understand eventually. To be honest, I wish to leave as well, but for the mistress and master's sake, I'm unable to do so. So at the very least, I want you to. Does this have to do with how Takahashi suddenly quit? Or maybe the master. He's been acting strange lately. I don't even know what he's up to holed up in the basement. I'm terribly sorry. I can't tell you anything right now. Please leave here without a word. I'll meet you again if I have the chance. Perhaps I didn't stop Yanase from persuading Miss Yamada due to the desperate struggle of my remaining sanity. After all, even overtaken by madness now, I'm tormented in the occasional sane moment. I'm mistaken. I'm just running from reality. Deep in my heart, my right mind screams. I've only been pretending not to hear it. Miwako, Yanase has prepared a meal for you. Please come down and eat. Miwako. I went in the basement. Why do you have Emiko's funeral urn? And why? Why is Takahashi's body there? Did you kill her? Calm down, Miwako. I'm preserving Takahashi carefully for the day close at hand. What day close at hand? The day you complete your potion? That'll never happen for all eternity, because it's nothing more than an illusion. Takahashi, she consoled me after Emiko's death. She always tried to cheer me up. What have you done for me? Just sat in the basement, dreamt fantasies, and ran away from reality. Please wake up already. Your revival potion's not getting finished. Emiko and Takahashi won't come back. You'll never be able to bring them back. Miwako. I thought you would believe me. I thought you supported me. I can't believe in you anymore, not if you killed Gento Takahashi for sick delusions. Murderer. You're a murderer. You're insane. Stop. So this is the second playthrough ending, or the true ending, I guess. So far it was the same, but looks like we got a new scene here. Always turning away from my mistakes. I lack the courage to atone, and now simply await death. Now I'm able to realize that I've long since lost something precious, since the day I lost Emiko. Without that essential thing, I was all too easily possessed by madness. I wandered this world like the living dead. True, perhaps I was mistaken, but undoubtedly the thing that kept me living through my despair was that madness, born of love for my family. I'll likely depart before my judgment is passed. That vexes me like nothing else, but I'm nothing but grateful to those youths. That I'm able to crawl out into the sun and finally die as a human. That's all thanks to them. So I'm going to skip ahead to see if the scene changes once again. So we'll go through the school dialogue from the original good ending. Good end 2. Crawl out of insanity. Okay, so I guess it just was one scene difference for this ending. Because when you got updated. Oh. Shigeki? Son of Mirai Pharmaceutical founder Gunjiro, got a PhD in pharmacy, then joined the company. Later became its third director, but was more interested in research and business, so he handed off after a decade or so. Warm-hearted and gets emotional easily. Yanase. Started as a Mirai family butler when Shigeki was young and kept looking after him ever since. Took on the role of coordinator once the other servants arrived. Has a quiet personality, treats everyone with a polite demeanor. Can fawn on his master, who he knew was a baby. Emiko. A cheerful, energetic girl, got along especially well with her father, and often went out to places with him. Kind even to the servants, she was adored by all. Left this world after a car crash in her second year of high school. Miwako. Met Shigeki as a trade company employee, and after some time they married and had Emiko. Not involved in Mirai Pharmaceuticals business. Didn't think well of the revival potion research, but watched with hope he'd recover someday. Takahashi. A servant hired when Emiko was in grade school. Stayed the night at the mansion almost every day. Was especially fond of Miwako Mirai, so she didn't look kindly upon Shigeki for immersing himself in researching and ignoring her. Her parents were given her body to be buried. And Yamada. Worked as a servant since Gunjiro's time, stayed the night 2-3 times a week. Was discharged knowing nothing about Shigeki's research, escaping danger. Passed away of pneumonia at age 75. So, that's it for Insanity Remake version. I have never played the original. I'm not even sure the original is even translated, actually. I know Iri wasn't too proud of it. So I don't know if this is like a huge upgrade in this remake, or if it was just sprites, or if like had a lot of writing additions. The Mermaid Swamp remake was for the most part just like a voice acting and sprite upgrade. There wasn't really a huge change to the core game or anything. And then not Paranoia, yeah, I think it was Paranoia. It's something like that. They all have titles kind of like that. The other one had a fairly different remake. It was, the core was there, but a lot of the kind of gamey parts were kind of trimmed out, and parts are quite a bit changed. So I don't know if Insanity's a huge upgrade, but aside from that, I enjoyed Insanity, actually. I would say. So it would have been nice to have like some CGs or other things like the other games have. Okay. But for the most part, so here's why I like Iri's writing. I don't like some of Iri's later games. It's better for me not to say I don't like them. That's kind of too strong of a word. It's more like I don't like them as much as the older ones. So, like Crooked Man and Mermaid Swamp and I think it was Paranoia. For some reason I can't remember the title. Those all, I think that's kind of like core Iri. And then after that, we get into like the Sandman and the Boogeyman, and there was another one after that. And those all get a little bit... Sandman's a little interesting, because Sandman's like a little fantastical. But the other ones, as a whole, it gets a little bit too convoluted for me. And then you start getting like a bit of a Avengers syndrome, where all the characters start appearing and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, yeah, Avenger movies are fun, because it's like, oh, it's a spectacle, but writing-wise are not as necessarily tight as, say, a Soul superhero movie. You kind of get my comparison? It's not exactly like a Winter Soldier or something. So, the older games, I think, are much more tighter. They are horror games, but they're not dumb horror. They have like a little bit of a kind of story and emotion to them. Like the Crooked Man's about kind of like your self-loathing in your past and kind of coming to terms. And it's like you're your own worst enemy. You are the Crooked Man. And then you have the Mermaid Swamp, which is more of a kind of weird tragic romance story. If you were to kind of talk about that. And it has a kind of a very unique gimmick and plot with the, the mermaids aren't really mermaids, they're just things. And then you have Paranoia, which once again is about exactly what its title was. And then you have Insanity here. So they all match the theme in their titles. It's a kind of tragedy. The horror is not like really spooky over the top. It's more of a story that you kind of enjoy. And I think Insanity was, at least the remake version, is a very tight kind of story, which is fine. I much prefer that. I feel like that's better. I feel like that's Iri's strength. They're good at writing kind of tight human stories. Their protagonists, except for maybe the Crooked Man, they're kind of okayish. But they're kind of, it's kind of like Batman sometimes, where like the villain is the star of this show currently.
They make pretty good antagonists. So this was a kind of surprise for me. I didn't think I would enjoy it as much because they were like, oh, it's so old and just you get to accept it for what it is. This is tighter and more focused on your kind of average horror game nowadays. Anyway, so thank you all for watching me play Insanity Remake version. I'll see you all later, and take it easy.